Standing in the puddle.
Popcorn World.
Popcorn World. Yeah. Can I make you groove now? Yes, I can. So you can get this groove in a bag of a can. You can make it round the world when the holes in your hand. Popcorn World. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. I said popcorn make you smile. Ah. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. It's a popcorn world. It's a popcorn world.
You're now listening to the Brothers of the Five. At shooting guard, it's your boy, Killer Cam. At small forward, it's Reggie Love. At point guard, C Major. At power forward, Al B. And at center, Mr. Noise, Lloyd Spence. And now, the Brothers of the Five. Man, y'all know what it is. We out here right in the middle of the NBA playoffs doing what we do. You know what I'm saying? Jesse's over there worried. He ain't even got a hat on tonight, so that shows you how worried he is about the Celtics. But you ain't got to worry, man. I told you what's going to go down. Look, he got his Johnny Walker. The man is concerned. The level of concern is high.
I'm celebrating the one playoff win the Celtics will have in 2022.
Jesse, I'm going to tell you the same thing.
It's been a great year. I appreciate everything.
Listen, I'm going to tell you the same thing that the late, great Kobe Bryant told Shaquille O'Neal in Game 4 of the Indiana Pacers finals when Shaquille fouled out.
I got this.
Got this, bro.
Everything's
fine. Everything's fine.
I'm good with that. Either of them play for the Celtics, though?
No. We don't have nothing. Listen, everything's fine, bro. Just relax. It's all good.
Shaq did.
It's all good. I'm telling you. Man, we got a great show for y'all tonight, man. I'm excited. Killer Cam's in the building. C Major's in the building. Unhooded Jesse Wright is in the building. I'm blown away. You look good though, bro. You look like in business mode though. Like you look like you here for the business tonight. I like it.
There you go.
Now you're here for the foolishness. I see what's going on. I see what you did. You transitioned from the business to the foolishness. I see what you did. All right. Well, we got breaking news all over the place right now. Right when we were coming on, Jay Wright decided, he said, hey, the 5 is going to be on at 6:15, 6:20. Let me go on and give them the news they need. Jay Wright stepping down at Villanova. Your instant thoughts. We ain't even had time to think about this, but it's happening. My quick thoughts, I'll just quickly say, one of the legends, Hall of Famer, surefire Hall of Famer, obviously. He's already a Hall of Famer, I believe. I wonder, is this the end or the end to the beginning of something? That's my only question that I have.
What makes the most sense, Lloyd?
NBA.
Hey, speak with your heart.
NBA.
I think he's headed to the next level.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And what's the one job? He's a perennial top 10 team.
Right.
You could almost call him a regular Final Fourer.
You can now for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what lures one of the top 5 or 10 at his profession somewhere else? It's not Kemba Walker, but you get the point, right?
No. I got you. I'll say this. To me, there's only two destinations, and this is where it gets weird. Because the one that actually, to me, makes the most sense is the one that already has a job, has a coach there, and they're up 2-0, headed to Canada. That makes the most sense.
But New York's close enough.
New York is close enough. And it is about, I'm looking at my watch, it is about time for Thibodeau to pack up. So it's definitely East Coast. I think it's definitely an East Coast situation. It's just a matter of where. Where will it be? But I gotta believe Jay Wright's not done. It's hard for me to believe that dude is done.
Why not West Coast?
Nah,
Jay Wright.
Number one, because he gotta pack up his entire family and his life
He
and
should
everything.
be in Philly.
Yeah, Philly is the natural choice.
But we're not talking about college, right? So
Right.
Recruit.
Right.
Where would he rather recruit, right?
Yeah.
MSG or
I would not be shocked if he ended up in New York, though. That makes as much sense as the Philly move. If that happens, I'll say this right now, publicly and in your face. If that happens, the Zion thing is a done deal.
The writing is on the wall.
If that happens, the Zion thing is a done deal. Because Zion is putting out videos, recruitment videos, like he's still playing on the AAU circuit.
Well, just say, did they say were there any health reasons or anything like that like thrown in there? So here's the thing: if there's none of that, right? At least even if you don't hear any of that, the only thing you can infer is there's a better college job, right? It's not like college administration.
Oh, you're talking about Jay Wright.
Right, Jay Wright, because he'd be, if he told Villanova, hey, I'll stay for another 3 years, but I want to be the athletic director.
Right. They do it in a heartbeat.
Right. So if he said, so is there a top 10 program, right, historically that he is going to go to? I don't know if there's any openings there, right? The Duke jobs is filled, right, as far as I know.
Right.
So, so then what?
There's no job I can think of that he would leave for. North Carolina's got their guy. Duke's got their guy. Louisville's got their guy. Arkansas's got their guy. So there's nothing. UCLA seemingly has their guy. So I think it's the NBA. I gotta believe it's the NBA. And New York makes the most sense. I'd say it's New York 1, Philly 1A. If things collapse, but I don't foresee a collapse at this point. But you never know. Cam, what you think?
Philly or New York? It only makes sense. It's got to be East Coast. It's got to be right there around the corner.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I can't see him going.
Unless some more stuff come out and God forbid, we're talking about health issues and all.
Right.
So
or we've been surprised by this before, right? The coach leaves the program. There's really no explanation given, and 2 months from now, we'll find out Villanova is under investigation. 2-3 years ban.
That's true. That's very true. So there's Jay Wright. The other breaking news. Last night, we saw it in real time. Quite possibly the entire playoffs changed in about 10 seconds.
I'm not saying they're going to lose the series. I'm just saying 3-1 no matter who you are.
That's tough to come back from.
With the lingering injury, I'm not saying they're going to lose the series, but.
Well, let me say this. When I say this, I'm saying it tongue in cheek, but I'm not. But I'm also saying it realistically. I love basketball. It is my sport. It's what I live for. I love it, and I've played it pretty much all my life up until I pulled my first hamstring at age 37. And I'm running down the court and I feel a pop. Like somebody shot me in the back of my leg. And I said, what is this? This is different. I've never felt this before. And I just happened to be in the gym with a legendary coach. And he said, what did you feel? I said, I feel like I just got shot in the back of my leg. He said, oh, that's your hamstring. Now, I'll say this. It lasted with no rehab, with no just me hot and cold going back and forth. It lasted for about 3 or 4 months. And this is not me. I'm not playing. All I'm just trying to do is walk. Lasted about 3 or 4 months. I can feel it. The pull, the tug. So when they tell me, oh, he'll miss game 3 and game 4, he might. And they may have the drugs and the this and the that and all the other stuff that they need to pump him back up. And that hamstring is not going anywhere for the next whatever. I'm just saying. Just saying.
Hey, the only thing I'll say about that is we've talked about it all year. I'm not going to be biased and put Boston in the conversation. So without Boston in the conversation, Phoenix might – Golden State's so freaking good. But Phoenix might be the most complete team in the NBA.
No
if
question.
You can lose a superstar and still – like you look at like what Denver's done this year, right, and how successful they've been without Murray, without Michael Porter Jr., right? Like you're talking about what Golden State did, right, withstanding injuries to Seth and Clay on both ends of the season. But Phoenix might be able to overcome it, and especially if they get one of the next two and Booker does come back and he's more than 80%, like, we should be good. But, man, the way they played last night, and if you extrapolate that out in the next 2 games, when New Orleans is at home,
oh my God, that place is going to be.
I don't know what Cam's saying, because
insane.
if Zion came back and played in game 3 and 4 and New Orleans took a 3-1 lead, I don't think Zion's going to New York or anywhere else.
I'll say this just to that, and then Cam, I'll jump in there, and Chad, you jump in there. I think Zion would be insane. I think he is about to show us his level of insanity by leaving this team. They are primed. They are primed, and they are ready, and they are about to make a move. They're going to be in the conversation next year. Willie Green is a coach. He knows what he's doing. He clearly knows what he's doing. I'm just saying. Go ahead, Cam. You listen. This is a debate show. You can debate me.
Well, let me start off by saying
He speaks.
For all of y'all that don't know who Cameron's favorite player is in the league.
Brandon
Ingram.
I can't get it out of my throat.
Killing it, bro. Let me tell you something. The whole time I'm watching that last night, Cam, I'm so pissed. I'm excited for him,
I
but
know.
I'm so pissed off. So pissed off. Like, oh my God.
We had him.
If you go back, if you like, hey, I'm gonna stay with this 19 squad and just roll with it. Let's see what happens.
Oh, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating.
Cam.
I'm sure.
With all that being said, we won a championship.
Yeah. I mean, okay. But did we sacrifice 1 for 4?
It's not a guarantee that we win with them.
It's not. But I'm just asking a question. Did we sacrifice 1?
I know.
For 4?
I know what is a fact. I know what is a fact, though.
We got the 1.
You got it.
We got the 1.
Just pick up the phone in about 8 days when this series is over and ask them if you could trade back. Say, hey, AD for Brandon, just
yeah, very much.
swap.
Hey,
You could. You definitely could.
To go Bible, like the father welcoming the son home. Come home, my son.
Prodigal.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Cam.
So Booker is out. I think I did.
Wait a minute. What do you mean by that? Because I don't like the way you said that. You said Booker's out. What do you mean by that?
Oh my God!
That had some underlying code.
Blue uniforms. Wait a second.
What I'm saying,
I'm not sure I understand.
If you play basketball and you understand sports, it's his hamstring. The only way to fix that hamstring is one way.
That's true.
Rest.
Time.
That's true. Time and rest.
And here goes the other thing. In Game 3 in New Orleans, history says, this is not me. This is not me. This is not Cam talking. But history has said that, what, Lloyd? What's going to happen in Game 3?
Home team is going to play very, very well. The role players are going to play far above their heads.
Yes, they are.
Legendarily amazing.
But Chris Paul will be hurt. This is what history has said. If you can look back at the last 10 years. I said it first.
Well, let me say this, Cam. Let me tell you why you may not be wrong, and it hurts me to say this because
you're trying to do too much.
Exactly right. Chad and I were just talking about that before the show because he was like, "Well, Chris Paul got to step up," and I'm like, "And see, that's the exact opposite of what needs to happen. Yeah. He can't step up. That he's 36, man. He stepping up is them days are done.
Nope."
We long past the step-up days.
No, you're talking about an all-time great. Talk about what Kobe was like when he was 36. Talk about what LeBron's doing this year. That's older than 36. Listen, Chris Paul, I get the injury history, but I'm telling you right now, you're asking me to bet against point guard after what I saw in Game 1. And what you saw all season long when Booker was out.
LeBron James 36 and the Chris Paul 36 are two different things. I think I don't think that's going to
be mileage on Chris Paul. You're right. I apologize.
Yeah. You just compared Chris Paul to probably the two best fitted athletes in the last 60 years in the sport of basketball, in LeBron and Kobe. Chris Paul.
No. Hold on. I think the Kobe comparison
John
is
Stockton
a great.
When he was 36.
I think the Kobe comparison is a great comparison because what happened when Kobe
he tried to do too much.
Thank you. That's a great comparison. That's what happens when you get older and you try to step up for the team.
We're talking about 2 or 3 games, guys.
Maybe. No, we're not.
They need to make sure they don't get swept. That's kind of all we're talking about here.
Well, I mean, he's going to have to carry a little bit because Devin Booker's not going to be 100%. So he's going to have to do.
Yeah, it's all contingent. But if Booker's back at over 90% in 2 games, right? We don't know how bad it was. So it doesn't 90%. Matter if he's less than 90% or didn't come back for 3 games. It doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter if Chris Paul puts up.
What did they say? What did they say the injury was, Jesse? I don't remember. What did they say it was? Did they say it was a hamstring?
My ego.
I'm just saying. They said. I thought I heard him say a hamstring. There's no such thing as a small hamstring injury.
You need a different doctor for your dementia.
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay. You can believe that if you want to. Cam, I'm in the car. Cam, where we going in the car?
Hey,
where we stopping to eat at? Just tell me that.
I tell you what. Last year, Milwaukee won the championship. They beat Brooklyn in Game 7. Giannis had 50. Kyrie didn't play in that series. The 2 stars that did play were Kevin Durant and James Harden.
How did James Harden do?
He hurt his hamstring. So he was a decoy. For the last 2 games.
He played,
and he may have had like 7 points a game.
What did they say was wrong with James Harden this year when he was on the Nets before he got traded?
Hamstring.
How's he doing now? Okay.
Can I get hold on, excuse me, how much time do I have? Okay, sorry. Can I get an alternate pronunciation, please?
You get a what?
Can I get an alternate pronunciation, please?
You can get whatever you need. Let's hear it. Come on.
Can I hear is that a Latin origin?
Hey, where is Robert Williams at? Why is he not playing?
Okay,
I'm
I think
just
I'm
saying.
ready. I think I'm ready. I understand.
We need to stop talking about all these facts that we're talking
H-A-M.
about right now. That's what we need to stop doing.
STRI. See, the point is it doesn't matter. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Who's the most important injury? If any team has an injury at this point, I think there's too much parity in the NBA, and there's too much. It's too close, top to bottom, right? Especially some of these larger series, right? 1-8 isn't a real 1-8 series. 2-7 in the East isn't a real 2-7 series, right? So I think any injury hurts anybody. Think about 2010 Celtics Lakers in the finals, right? Mm-hmm. What happens if, right, we don't have a massive injury at the end of Game 6, right? So it's like, if anybody goes down, I think in any of these lineups, it's over for them.
I don't disagree with that. I just think we're gonna see something interesting in Phoenix. Listen, I hate it because I wanted to see a healthy Phoenix play a healthy Golden State, and that it doesn't feel like that's what we're gonna get. Let's go to the next breaking news. Because Luka has been upgraded from doubtful to questionable.
Stop. What is his injury?
According to his coach, he looked good today.
What is his injury though?
Calf strain.
It's a left calf strain.
You know what a calf strain equals to? The Achilles. Sit down, Luka.
Yeah, they're not going to play him. This is like a Bill Belichick injury report game.
I feel that same way.
And so they force them to scheme for him, right? And to spend time and effort and energy and mental capacity and everything else.
Yeah.
Just planning for the possibility. And even if it's 10% of their time diverted, it's something they have to plan for due diligence, and it's something that takes away from everything else. And so because of that, there's no way Luka plays tomorrow night.
Well, I mean, if he does, then if he does, then we now understand how truly ridiculous the Mavs organization really is, because that is insane if he does. But
he's not going to play, because I've already heard Mark Cuban say, "I will not be the dumbest owner in my city."
There's no shot he plays, because you betting your organization on that at that point.
He can play Luka, and he's still gonna be the dumbest owner in his city.
Mark Cuban?
Nah, I wouldn't go that far.
You think he's the dumbest owner in the city?
I said he can play Luka, and he still wouldn't be the dumbest.
That's facts. Big facts right there.
Well, I tell you what, maybe Jesse, maybe we should just fly to Utah tomorrow and watch the game for ourselves then.
Okay.
Gas up the jet.
Let's go. First question tonight: NBA playoffs best team game 1 performance was or is?
It's got to be that Memphis game, don't it?
Cat did his thing, man. I mean, Anthony Edwards and Cat did their thing.
Miami made a statement.
I gotta say this, man. That doggone Jordan Poole, Jesus, that's a problem. Miami defense is a problem. The question is the best team game 1 performance.
There's only one answer to that.
I'm listening.
It's the Boston Celtics.
This is not the time to be biased. You won off a last.
No. There's no bias here.
Not Miami.
Miami's the 1 seed.
Okay.
I'm gonna go a different route. Listen, the Boston win is impressive, but I don't think it was the best.
Come on, man.
Minnesota was pretty impressive.
And Minnesota was impressive because I didn't expect that.
Especially after them coming off the championship. I didn't expect
that. There was no championship layover or nothing.
Yeah.
I feel the bias, Jesse. I get it. I understand.
I mean, I could say
go ahead. Chad, who you going?
I could say Golden State too, because they played pretty good the last couple of games. But
So basically, everybody on the bottom is biased. This is what we're saying tonight.
Call me when we go to the next question.
Right. It seems like everybody on the bottom.
I didn't say them first.
Yeah, but you said them. You said them at some point. That's the bottom line. Cam, who you going with? Because we don't have a dog in the fight. I need an unbiased opinion.
Are we talking about most impressive? Is that what we're talking?
Yeah, best team game one performance. Team game one performance.
I'm gonna say Miami Heat.
Listen,
Cam's bias.
Trae Young.
LeBron used to play for Miami.
Trae Young. 8 points.
Yeah.
And he only got one shot.
And Jimmy let him know about himself. This ain't how it's going down.
That's pretty impressive to me. To me, that's impressive. The team that went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year, that's impressive. Oh, we got a new debater in the room.
The closet door is jammed and we can't open it. We can't close it, and I can't sleep without it closed.
Hey, what's Uncle Cam's favorite basketball team?
When I'm done here, I'll close your closet door and move you. Otherwise, you just need to figure it out. Okay?
Okay.
Hey, ask him what's Uncle Cam's favorite basketball team is.
Hey, Luke, what's Uncle Cam's favorite basketball team?
The Lakers, but I hate the Lakers.
Well, there you go.
Hey, buddy.
Well, they say train a child in the way that
Train
he
up a
should
child
go.
in the way, but I got you.
All right, go.
As long as you don't talk crazy to Kyrie, he's fine. He's fine.
No, we had to burn them jerseys.
What about best player performance in game one?
I'm not gonna say anything.
You can say whatever you want. We know you biased. We get it.
I'm gonna be biased as hell.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum.
Okay.
They win that game. So let's just put a couple of different things out there, right? And then think about them all together. He was guarding arguably the best player in the world, held him to under 35% shooting for the game. He was also expected to be the number one scorer on his team, which he was. He hit the game-winning basket, clutch, right? He played 45 minutes, including the entire second half, right?
Yep.
So, you put all that together with what he was expected to do on defense, what he did on offense, the clutch performance, the time on the court, the whole 9 yards. For me, this is a turning series for Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
Right? There are 5 or 6 players in the league that I would say are better than Tatum today, right? Maybe 7, 8, depending on whether or not you want to throw Steph, LeBron in those conversations. He's ahead of, I think, everybody in that younger class. Those Morants, the Youngs, the Murrays, the Mitchells, right? Agreed. I think he's right there with Luka. Luka may be ahead of him, right? But it's at the end of this is what Tatum needs to do. He needs to be the number one player, right, on a team, guarding the other team's number one player, and play the minutes and perform every single night. If we can beat the Nets, I believe in the Celtics.
Let me take this from you now, because we're clearly deep in the bias zone. But guess what? Pull over, Jesse, because I'm gonna ride with you. I do believe that the best first game performance was Jason Tatum. He got the toughest assignment, and he stepped up to the plate and stepped up in the moment. And listen, that's who he is. That's who he is. And he's playing on the best. He's playing on the better team. Now, the better 2 players are on the Nets, but he's playing on the better team, and he's giving them what they need. Even now, I'm watching them now, and they're slowly. Listen, they knew they was going to take a punch in the mouth coming out tonight, and they took the first punch, and now they're slowly working themselves back as I thought they would. I'm telling you, they are the better team. They play better defense, and that defense wears on your ass as the game goes on. You can maybe hit a few shots in the beginning, but Jason Tatum is in your stuff for 40 minutes. And do you have what it takes to keep shooting for 40 minutes?
Hey, Tatum had 2 blocks in game 1. He blocked the Kyrie jumper.
Not just blocks, standing blocks,
there was
which is the
Kyrie
hardest
jumper,
block in the game to
and
get.
there was a Durant jumper, which is
Come
the
on.
hardest block in the game.
That's the hardest block in history.
Right.
So I'm just saying, I do genuinely think that was the best single game performance in game one. Now,
when you think about it, they won by 1 point, right? Not only a shot he made, but like any of those plays he didn't make too, right?
Yeah.
Are y'all finished?
We're done.
Because I was
You
about
just
to
pull over. We waiting on you, Cam. Come on. No, all this pausing. Why y'all pausing? Like y'all don't have your thoughts together. Get your thoughts together. Let's go.
I'm in limbo, and it's not about Tatum.
Okay.
For me, because Tatum did what Tatum should do. Just like you just said, it's Miami. Miami should win. They should do that, right? Okay. Well, Tatum did what Tatum should do.
Okay.
I was highly impressed with Jordan Poole,
Very.
performance that he put on.
Yes.
But he got second in my vote today. I'm gonna go with Maxey because what he did was so unexpected, and it was so off the radar. And so I'm gonna go with Maxey for game one. I might be saying like the biggest surprise or the big whatever. I don't know how you want to say it, but
Cam,
Cam,
go ahead and unlock your door, man, because I'm getting in the passes. Go ahead and unlock your door, because you took the words right out of my mouth. The two people you said was the people I was gonna say, Maxey and Jordan Poole.
The only reason I didn't say Jordan is because his game 2 performance was actually better than his game 1 performance. My God, the man is
unexpected though. And he didn't have
listen, I don't disagree with what you're saying. I'm just saying
if
you were going to ask the question, who
game 2?
Huh?
He definitely didn't have the best performance of the day in game 2.
No, he didn't have the best,
okay.
but I'm gonna tell you something. What makes Jordan Poole's performances so transcendent is that, man, now what the hell are you supposed to do? Like, it's already a difficult team to prepare for, but what are you supposed to do? Like, I don't know what the answer. Listen, I pride myself on historically being a pretty damn good defensive player. And when I watch them play, man, there's not a lot of answers I come up with. Because I'm saying if I double here, they're gonna kill me here. If you don't have 5 players that are ready to match up and go to work, man, they gonna wear you out, man. This is a tough draw, man.
It's a stat that I saw. Jordan Poole, 2 games, 59 points. Maxey, 2 games, 61 points. Boys balling, man.
Woo!
Bro.
Hey, here's my biggest problem with Maxey is that he messes up all my betting lines.
All of them.
Right? So, Philly, the Philly Toronto series game 1 had 242 points. Maxey goes for 38. Game 2 had 209 points. 242 to 209. Well, Maxey had 23 points.
Yeah.
So he lost 15 points and the overall line went down 22, right? He's accountable for 75% of the differentiation. And then tonight the line's at 216 and I'm trying to figure out, am I betting my over? Am I betting my under? I mean, they were at 242, they're at 209.
What to do?
Now they don't have Maxey because the dude doesn't know how to get to his doctor's office for a little shot. And
is Maxey out?
So I'm just telling you, I took the under, but I bought the point and a half. I'm at 217 and a half. So I need the under to hit, but that's why I don't like Maxey.
Hey, you gotta relax, man.
He's very emotional tonight. He's very emotional tonight. Very emotional.
That boy got a master's in finances. That boy took it straight to the finance.
I see. All right. Well, since we're already here, just real quick, let's just we can combine it into this question 3. Who needs to step it up? We've already watched some game 2s, and we mentioned Jordan Poole.
I can answer this for everybody.
Go ahead.
Trae Young needs to step up.
What is wrong? Is it just that Miami's defense is just that good, or is something legitimately wrong?
It's a good question.
I think it's a combination of both. But Trey always try to do too much. Like the shots. Like, listen, you're good. You're an all-star, not yet a superstar.
Yeah.
And your name is not Steph Curry. Like, you can't be taking those shots and just you got to play basketball. It's a team game. And he's just trying to take over that. And that's when you're going to ultimately lose Collins. People are going to be frustrated with him. Like, you gotta play within the realm of the game, man. You can't step outside that element. You know what I mean? I think he try to do too much, too often.
The challenge of a Trae Young is the same challenge that you have with in the early stages with Steph Curry. Man, when it's popping, it's popping.
I agree.
You like, geez, he got that thing going.
Everything's a heat check.
Yeah. But when it's not, it's such a liability. Long rebounds, runouts, 3-on-2s, 3-on-1s. It's just
that's exactly what I'm talking about.
So do you live right? So do you live with it in these early years? Because in the next 3 to 4 years, it's going to be Steph Curry like, or do you rein him in now because it's hurting you now? Like that's such a tricky.
Woo, that's tricky now.
I mean, he was 2 for 10 from 3. He was 2 for 10 from 3, which I mean that's an off game on 3-point line, but I mean he still had 25 points. So I mean, at this point,
but it's a hard 25 though. It's a hard 25.
Yeah. But then I mean, you still need your supporting cast. So maybe
that's the thing though, Chad. It's hard to get the supporting cast in the game when he's taking the shots and playing the way he plays.
Yeah.
It's the way.
It's the way he flows with it, and if he's accountable for 25 shots, and they're all these weird half court logo type or not unauthorized. That's a bad.
No, here's the stat. You look at his 3-point shooting percentage, right? And you draw a line at where he drops below 40%. And then you take that line, extrapolate it out, and you look at all the shots that he took. You take all those possessions in the games that mattered, right? And you say, we could have had 6 more possessions in this game if you hadn't shot beyond 27 feet and missed, right? Just walking it up the court with a set defense.
Right.
6 more possessions, we lost by 2 points. Right? Like that's the kind of analysis I think you need to put on that player. You don't want to limit what he does when he has to do it, right? But you want to put him in a position to make the smartest choices available when he's on the court.
Take some more shots.
Can you put that last statement back up there that Brandon made?
Absolutely.
Trey's percentage has risen every year.
And it's true. That's very true. But at what cost?
That's it right there, man.
I mean, you're right. He's 100% correct, but at what cost? Because
Trey needs a balance, Lord.
And that's the problem.
Trey needs Bradley Beal, because Bradley Beal is what Klay Thomas is to Steph Curry. That's exactly what he needs.
We'll look at it like this: Steph Curry, who's the most prolific 3-point shooter, especially with range in NBA history?
That's Steph
Curry.
Right.
Steph Curry averages 4.5 made threes a game for his career, right?
Right.
That's like what, 14 points?
12 points, 14.
Yeah.
He averages more than double that for his career.
Yeah.
He gets more than half of his points outside of not from shooting threes.
Yeah.
And that's the most prolific 3-point shooter with range in NBA history. Trae Young should find something below that. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing that Trae and a lot of these type of players don't understand yet is that the thing that makes Steph Curry is his ability to take the best shot when needed. Those half-court threes don't come until much. If you really pay attention to what he's doing, he's not just randomly shooting those shots at, all willy-nilly. They're very calculated shots, and they come at very calculated times. And that's the thing that he's got to get smarter at. Trae is it's just too random. It's just too all over the place. But let me say this. Having said all this and had this wonderful discussion about Trae Young, that is not my step-up guy. My step-up guy is DeAndre Ayton.
Yep.
And if he does not step up, this is going to be the Supersonics in 1995.
It's a contract year too.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be he's going to pay tremendously for this. He's got to step up. He's got to.
Yeah.
Because they've got to go now that Devin is going to be playing injured for probably the remainder of the playoffs. They've got to subsidize that 15 points a game from somewhere else. The only way that Devin can come back and be effective is that he's got to turn into a spot-up shooter where he's not having to play with the ball, make his own shots, this, that, and the other. He can get into some corners, catch and shoot, that kind of stuff.
No lateral movement.
Yeah, not a whole bunch of lateral stuff. If the strain is true to what they say it is, just a slight strain, but he could be back. And I don't believe that. But I'll stall them out and just go with them on that if that's where they want to go. But that means that DeAndre has to up his game and get back to trying to be DeAndre Ayton, and he's got to take that next step. Because if he doesn't, man, listen, Valanciunas, is that his name? Is that the kid's name last night from New Orleans? He was giving DeAndre Ayton all he could stand last night. And I was like, wow, I didn't see this coming. And I'm telling you, man, DeAndre Ayton is in a weird spot right now because do you pay a guy that in the most critical time you need him is not available? Stars are made and your money is made in the playoffs.
I don't know. Ask Brandon Hayward. But listen, I got
Touche.
Let me approach this from a different perspective. And I
Brandon Hayward
promise
got
I'll
a
take
championship and he got jewelry.
He does. Also touche.
I'm sorry, I meant Gordon Hayward.
So Brandon's got a good question. He said, does Chris Paul take the heat if they lose in the first round? I don't think so. How can you blame him? Cam, how can you blame him at this point?
I shouldn't even talk about this because it's personal.
No. Go ahead.
Well,
I got to hear this.
You know this is personal. So.
Yeah, I know it's personal. I do know it's personal. But I got to hear how you blame him at this point.
You the man. If it's anybody else, they take it. No. If it's Kawhi Leonard, he taking it. If it's KD, he taking it. If it's LeBron, he taking it. Guess what? You was on the banana boat too, punk. Take it.
Okay.
Woo.
Man,
That's true. I can't argue with that.
You held DeAndre Jordan captive. Wouldn't even let the Mavericks talk to him. You got to take this, buddy.
True. Facts.
As much as I want to disagree with that,
So,
dang it.
So
How you come over here making sense?
So hold on. So with LeBron's numbers this year and AD being hurt, should LeBron take heat for the Lakers record?
Absolutely,
Oh, for sure.
100%.
For sure.
Absolutely. Yep.
For sure.
If you're the leader, yeah.
Yeah, I would argue against that because I don't know what more he could have done.
Not
he
called
was
Russell
like-
Westbrook.
No, it's not Russell Westbrook. That's not him.
That was on him. He called him. He was the one that texted him. The deal was done. Buddy Hield. He's on his way.
He was eating tacos in his backyard.
Yeah, Buddy Hield was packing up in Sacramento. He had bought a truck and everything.
Jesse's talking about on the basketball court.
I know what he's doing. I know what he's doing, but I'm saying the nightmare never even happens if LeBron doesn't get an idea. I got a great idea.
But I would have voted for trading Smart for Westbrook last year. Right? Like, it's just like at that point in time, you're looking at that player and what you thought you knew then, right? And what you thought you were going to be able to get and what you thought you assumed any fucking professional player with that kind of experience and pedigree would be able to shift, right? Like the way Harden's done 3 different times now in his career and been extremely successful at doing so.
Right.
Westbrook couldn't make that leap. That's not on LeBron. You don't think LeBron did every LeBron thing possible this year to make that happen?
No.
Right? All I know is LeBron was stepping on the court every single day and saying, that motherfucker's making $60,000 more than me a game.
But here's the problem
That's
with
what
your
LeBron
theory.
had to play through.
But Jesse,
That's
here's
all
the
I'm saying.
problem with your theory. This is the only problem with your theory. You're 1,000% correct. On the back end, you say, well, LeBron couldn't have seen that coming. That's right. He couldn't have seen that coming. The problem with that is you didn't see it coming. And so when it's all said and done, you made the phone call.
I'm just saying, I don't think anybody would have seen it coming.
I don't disagree with that, but that doesn't change the fact that you made the
They
phone
just had
call.
the Lakers as the odds-on favorite to win the NBA championship after the
It doesn't change.
Smarter.
But it doesn't change the fact that you made the phone call. That's like saying we got in a car accident and I hit you and I couldn't see you coming, but that doesn't mean I didn't hit you. I hit you. Listen, it happened. And I know, and I'm gonna tell you something. Having watched LeBron these last few years and kind of got in a gauge of the type of guy he is, I think he owns the fact that I blew that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
I blew that one. I that was my fault. I didn't know. And maybe because listen, here's the other side of this. There's always been rumors about Russell Westbrook out there. People choose to believe those rumors or not. I heard those rumors when he was in OKC.
No. See, I think you're dismissing his management skills, his leadership skills. Even you talk about Tiger. He walks on a course, people act differently. He doesn't have to talk to them. He doesn't have to interact with them. He doesn't have to have a conversation or lunch. He doesn't have to coach, teach, manage, lead. He is there. Things are done differently. Right?
Who are you talking about?
LeBron. And so when Westbrook comes into that situation, I don't think LeBron should have any expectation, but, right, whatever plan we put together, scheme, whatever, plays, etc., you're going to commit to fully, and this is the role that you play.
Jesse, you've been watching sports all your life. You know that's not true. Everybody in every situation, whether it's a trade, whether it's even the great Tom Brady got vetted. Come on now. When he went to Tampa Bay, you don't think they vetted him and said, we know we're getting Tom Brady. We understand the Super Bowl, but what exactly are we getting? And then they decide whether or not they want to make the adjustments according to the information that they get. That's free agency 101.
You're saying LeBron made a bad decision based off historical precedent. I'm saying he took that into account and said, I still know the guy. I've talked to the guy. We've had conversations.
Right.
He may have done some shit 5-10 years ago or perpetually
or in the last couple of years.
When he and I have talked, he said, no, man, I'm done with that. I'm down now. This is how I'll operate. Totally good with doing this. I want to do that. I can definitely improve there. Don't worry about me. And LeBron felt he had enough of a personal rapport with the person that told him that to accept it at face value, and it never materialized.
First of all, Jesse,
I don't hold LeBron accountable for that.
First of all, let me thank you for making my point for me. He vetted him. He looked at the points that he had the conversation and looked beyond Russell Westbrook's faults and saw his needs and said, oh, let's bring him on in and this will all work and we'll sing Kumbaya. So that goes back to what we just said. LeBron's got to own that. He invited him to Taco Tuesday. They sat down, him, AD, and they all held hands like Dwayne Wade and Jesse Jackson on Different World and said, we shall win. We're all one big happy family. It didn't work out. I don't fully blame LeBron like Cam is fully blaming Chris Paul if they lose in the first round. I don't fully blame him. I'm just saying he got to own the part that he played. He got to own it. That's just what it is. I hate it, but it's the reality. Go ahead, Cam.
Well, the biggest voice on the Laker team is LeBron James. And I'm talking about all the way up to Jenny Buss. The biggest voice on the Laker team is LeBron James. He gets what he wants. Now, I'm going to exclude everything that we've heard from anybody, from the Stephen A. Smiths to the Chris Broussards to every analyst we've heard. I'm just gonna go straight to the 5. I'm like, Lord is like, what do you think, Cam? And I'm like, because I don't like this at all. This is Lord talking because I don't like this. I'm like, Lord, I said, this can work. I said, the only way this works is if LeBron and AD change their game to center around what Westbrook do. I said, we got 2 superstars that I feel like can kind of play their game around whatever. Let Westbrook be Westbrook, and you can make it happen.
But that would have been smart, right? AD injuries and LeBron getting older, taking stuff off his plate. Like, that would have been okay. That makes sense.
Here's the thing, though. The prime light, the LA Stars, the LA Light, the Mecca, it revealed every part of Russell's Westbrook game that we have not seen in Houston, in Oklahoma City, in Washington. Like, it's got to be something to say that everybody is so easily ready to get rid of you and trade you. There's got to be something to say that. So what is that? What is that stuff in the background that makes somebody want to trade Westbrook after 2 years or whatever it may be? Listen, this was a bad fit. I think we had to trade in place for Buddy Hield and DeRozan, and I think LeBron got on the phone and he's like, "Hey, listen, man, come play with me and AD." And I think we got something special. And LeBron was right by doing that. The problem is he thought he was talking to Bradley Beal, and he was talking to Russell Westbrook. This is bad on all levels.
He Bill Belichick. Wrong number.
And I'm gonna tell you now.
Yeah, hello. Who is this? Oh, this is Russell Westbrook.
Oh, my bad. Brian Flores.
Hey, Russell. Hey, man. What you do?
There is a home for Russell Westbrook. There is a great home for Russell Westbrook, and I think he could be an MVP caliber player in this league again.
He need to go back home where he belongs.
He needs to go back to OKC.
He need to go back where he belongs. Oh, man. Is there anybody else need to step up? Anybody else? Did we forget anybody?
The person that had to step up, or that needs to step up, that did step up last game was Jalen Brunson, because with Luka out, he definitely did his thing and stepped up in a mighty way. He definitely stepped up in a mighty way. So
I don't know if he did that because he auditioning for his new role in Indiana or
facts.
I don't know, but Jesus, man.
Also, Zach LaVine and DeRozan need to step up too, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, this Jalen Brunson thing may work out perfectly for the Mavericks. This Luka injury, because next year they may wind up with Miles Turner for Jalen Brunson, and that might be the missing thing to get them over.
That might be the missing piece. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Although I'm hearing Rudy Gobert going to be a Maverick next year. I'm hearing that on every kind of website I look at. Everything I see, I'm seeing Rudy Gobert to the Mavericks.
Does that sound like a move Danny Ainge would do?
Depending on when he get back, yeah.
I mean, if somehow the Jazz were to get bounced in the first round, yeah, you got to do something.
I
you can't just keep running this back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't just keep running it back.
Keep Donovan Mitchell.
Say it again.
The priority got to be keeping Donovan Mitchell.
Absolutely.
This guy's living in New York right now. He's still playing. That's why D Wade is around, right?
That's what I think.
True.
That's what I think. I think you brought D Wade in to mentor Donovan. I don't think Donovan's going. I don't think he is.
No.
I think he's going to stick around. I think.
I still think that team's identity is defense.
Yes.
And I still think that Donovan Mitchell is a really, really, really good, solid, strong, top 7 to 10 in the NBA number 2 player. I don't think he's the number 1. And I think that's the problem. I think you're trying to stretch someone like a Jaylen Brown or, you know what I mean, out to be more than what they're really capable of. Yeah, I think Mitchell is an unbelievable number 2 player, like a Chris Paul would complement Booker. So,
That's big words.
Yeah.
That's gonna be interesting to see. I don't know how to respond to that.
Well, Lloyd, when
Go
you
ahead.
look at the last 15 years, you look at the last 15 years in the NBA championship, you win with superstars. You don't win with all stars.
The challenge I'm having with what he's saying is we just watched this go down in Portland. How long do you let this train keep running down the track when it ain't going in the right direction?
No, my only point was, Lloyd, is that
Yeah.
if you trade Gobert or Rudy Gobert,
Yeah.
you lose your identity.
No, I agree. 100%.
The biggest piece of your identity, right?
100%.
If you're not trading for what I think you need, which is a number one, right? Then even if you lose like a Gobert, you still need a number one over
Right, you still got the same problem. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And so it's like, which sacrifice are you trying to make? If you just trade like Gobert for like a Brunson and picks, what are you telling Donovan Mitchell? You're one of the best number twos in the NBA. We're never going to give you anybody that can take the load off your back. We've removed our team identity, right, by trading away our best defensive asset. And we got back a potentially, but highly unproven prospect and a couple of picks that might materialize in 3 to 5 years.
You know, one of the players.
You want to extend?
You know what one of the players that Donovan Mitchell needs is important. I think it's Yusuf. I think Yusuf and Donovan Mitchell together could be special. Because he don't need just a rim protector. He needs somebody that can take some of the load off of him and just let him breathe for 10 minutes a game.
Isn't that where Jamal Murray is supposed to be?
No. I'm not talking about Jokic. I'm talking about Yusuf in Portland.
Nurkic.
Nurkic.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
It's Nurkic Yusuf, right?
Yusuf Nurkic.
Yusuf Nurkic.
Is it Yusuf Nurkic? I thought it was Nurkic Yusuf. Okay. Well, y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay.
No,
I'm
you
saying-
just throwing first names out there.
I'm just gonna throw names out there. Let's see if one sticks. Whatever. I think if they could get somebody like that.
What about Gobert to Miami for Bam?
Though. That's a downgrade from Gobert.
It's a defensive downgrade. It's a defensive downgrade.
It's an offensive downgrade too. Look at
no.
Yes.
What if you trade?
Rudy's got better offense than
Gobert to Bam.
Yeah, I disagree with that. That's why I disagree with it. Go ahead.
Gobert for Bam.
That's not gonna happen. Why would Miami do that? Gobert for Bam?
Stranger things have happened.
Well,
if Luka comes back and they lose, they're gonna blow up. They're gonna blow it up.
I think they are gonna blow it up if they lose.
So I mean that's a possibility.
Brandon is saying he's hearing the Wade is open to trading Mitchell to Miami, though. I
think he'll be
for what though? For who? The only way I'm trading Mitchell to Miami is if Jimmy Butler is saying, "Hey, I'm ready to go." Other than that, I'm hanging up the phone as soon as I don't even pick up the phone. I got call ID. I see who this is.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I if Jimmy's ready to go, then okay, now we can have a conversation. But I'm not.
Well,
I'm not trading anything.
I think there's a possibility because of that dust up in the sidelines. So
I think I don't know. I feel like all is forgiven. There, stuff happens.
Yeah.
I don't know. Y'all think that dust up is enough to get him out of Miami?
The dust up was enough to get KD out of Golden State.
Yeah, but I don't think that's apples to apples. KD is a weirdo.
A lot of these basketball players are.
Touche. I can't. Solid. Hey, solid point there, my friend. I can't argue with that one. What are you trying to show us, Jesse?
Throw the subtitle over.
What is this?
This is.
You gotta make your screen bigger, or you gotta make that part big if you can. Is that possible? There you go. Perfect.
All right. So
that's the comparison.
Draft one of these two players the 32 panel consensus is 100% Rudy Gobert, or sorry, 15 panel consensus, 100% Rudy Gobert for all of these reasons, including what you didn't think was true, is points.
By 1 point? You got him by 1 point?
No, but he got him by all the rest of this green, and he's also got him by everybody else wants him, and you also got him because he's one of the top 4 defensive players in the NBA.
Let me tell you why everything you just said was ridiculous. Number one, those 13 points that he got is being the 4th or 5th option on that team. So after you get past Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum, which is where he built those points from, and the new kid who's there now, I forget his name, but you know what I'm talking about. That's when you get to him. So he's giving you a solid 13 points as the 4th or 5th option. So if now he's the 2nd option, maybe those numbers come up tremendously. Now, I agree with you. You're going to lose something on the defensive end. I get that. But you're losing something, period, already.
Just counterpoint to your first argument. Yusuf's field goal attempts per game, 10. Rudy Gobert's, 7.5.
But they're just putbacks, and it's
no.
Yes, he's not shooting jumpers.
He's shooting 30% less than Rudy Gobert and scoring a point more than.
But Jesse, Rudy Gobert's putback dunks and alley-oops does not an offense make. You got to watch the game. The stats don't tell you the truth about it.
No, but the value is still there, right? Those
no. The answer to that is no. The answer to that is no. He got the same value as Kevon Looney on the offensive side of the ball. It's the same value.
There's no different pronunciation.
Is it Kevon?
Can I get the Latin?
Cuckoo, what is it?
Kevon Looney.
Where did Cam go?
It's the bottom line. It's the same offensive putback. He doesn't have an offensive game.
We can agree to disagree.
Well, but I got the game tape on my side.
All day, every day, whatever money you wanted to bet on it, I'm taking.
But my only argument to what you're saying is he's taking them off. They've done this already. They've done this for 6 years or 5 years.
Getting worse doesn't change it.
I don't know if but you don't know that you're getting worse. You don't know that you're getting worse yet.
Some people needed to be in a new scenery to flourish. So.
Sometimes you got to change up the thing, man. You got to break up the band. Listen, Michael never becomes Michael if he keeps dragging Tito along.
Robert Horry.
I'm just saying. Listen, I don't know. Listen, all of this is way out theories. Ron Nolan comes up with an interesting one. Send Mitchell to the Lakers and a Westbrook to the Jazz, for which I say, hell yeah.
Of course.
Well, you would say hell yeah, but the Jazz would say
no. The Jazz would think we were crazy. And ask what kind of weed.
I got a double Mitchell's contract.
Right. They would say, what kind of weed is that?
For
but
yeah,
I get it.
Look, can I go to one thing?
Absolutely.
I wanted to say it when we talked about the most complete team, right? And I didn't get a chance, but I wanted to go through real quick. So the top 10 players, that just fascinating to me. The top 10 players on the Boston Celtics, right, that are going to be in their rotation in any type of capacity during the playoffs. Okay, we're going to go all the way to 10. Jaylen Brown. Okay. These are players drafted by the Celtics that are still on the Celtics. Jaylen Brown, 1 for 1. Al Horford, 1 for 2. Aaron Nesmith, 2 for 3. Peyton Pritchard, 3 for 4. Marcus Smart, 4 for 5. Jason Tatum, 5 for 6. Daniel Tice, 6 for 7.
When you call these numbers out, what are you saying? I'm confused.
Hold on. Derek White, 6 for 8. Grant Williams, 7 for 9. And Robert Williams, 8 for 10. 8 of the 10 players in the Celtics rotation for the playoffs this year were drafted by the Celtics
Hey,
and are still with the Celtics.
hey, right now you are preaching to the choir, the deacon board, and the mothers guild. That's what I want in team building. I want the Lakers to stop all the foolishness and just draft who we're going to build with. And I appreciate the one. I love the one, but I'd like to get 5 if I could.
No, remember, 8 out of 10, right? 8 out of 10. The 2 that aren't, Al Horford and Derek White. Neither one of them are your most important 4 or 5 players. Right? So 8 out of 10.
I love what you're saying. I just don't know. And my franchise doesn't have that kind of patience anymore.
Lloyd.
Yes.
Lloyd, can I talk to you for a second?
Sure, buddy. Come on. I know you want to me out.
Get out of the damn car with Jesse. That's for you nothing. You ain't had a championship since 2008. I don't care about you drafting people, developing people. 1 out of 10, 8 out of 14, and 7 out of 9. You ain't won no championship. We Lakers, we win in free agency. Point blank. Hey, Boston wins in free agency too. That's why they traded for Garnett and Ray Allen. All right. So listen, man, don't listen. What Jesse said about his team is 100% right. I'm just telling you to get out the car because we don't care about none of that. We would trade your mama's.
We don't care about that.
We don't care about that, bro.
Lloyd,
this is not good.
4 of the last 6 Eastern Conference Finals.
We're not talking about finals. We're talking about championships.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jesse.
But Lloyd, where do you get the most chance to win one? Right?
When we traded our whole staff for AD and we won one. That's how you get the chance.
I'm so conflicted.
Hey, you can also draft your stars like
stayed with your 18 team and run it through with LeBron and all those draft picks. I think you could have gotten Desmond Bain. You could have picked up
Tyler Hero. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds sweet.
Could have gotten Jordan Poole,
Would you have traded Jaylen Brown for a cat? The person that you drafted?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah, but the problem with Jordan Poole is I don't know. Yeah, the problem with Jordan Poole is I don't know if Jordan Poole becomes Jordan Poole unless he's in the situation he's in now.
Right.
If he's being mentored.
Right. Where do these players get a chance to play? That's the Brunson conversation right there. Right. If he was playing in Atlanta, would he turn up like Trae Young? Right. Yeah. Because he's getting all the chances, all the opportunities, all the accolades. I mean, 100% right.
We're clearly going to come back to this conversation because this is a good
8 out of 10 players
conversation
on that team were drafted and still play for the Boston Celtics.
Hey, who won the championship last year?
Milwaukee.
By the way, Danny Ainge is Danny Ainge over in Utah. Watch out.
Milwaukee. Hey, Milwaukee won the championship. What was the biggest? What was the biggest trade of the season last year?
That would be Drew Holiday.
Who?
That'd be Drew Holiday.
Okay, I'm not trying to hear. I don't care about you drafting people and doing this and doing that and oh my God! And we read the scripture before we took communion.
Did you say you read the scripture? Oh my God, it's funny.
Drew Holiday might arguably go down as the worst trade Milwaukee's made in the last 10 years.
I gotta go,
entire portfolio perspective.
Guys, I gotta go. Call me.
How is that possible? I'm ready to hear the answer to that because that doesn't sound like good common sense at all. So let's we're ready.
No, Lloyd. What I think you need to do is do what you do with me every week, and we need.
I'm sorry, I'm going on timeout. I understand.
We need to.
I understand, Cam. Damn it.
No, we need to ask Jesse what's in that cup.
Right. Well, he's drinking Black Label, so I get it.
Yeah.
The thoughts and opinions may not be that's strong, so I get it.
Yeah.
I just don't understand what just happened. Oh, is that everybody? Did everybody give a chance to give their?
Yeah.
Who's got to step up?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll move on then. We got to get to the awards, man.
Blasphemy.
Things happen, man. Some things happen, man. Most improved or most valuable player, Giannis, Joel, Nikola Jokic. Rookie of the year, Scotty Barnes, Cade Cunningham, Evan Mobley. Not really sure I have a problem with any of that. Where it starts to get tricky is that 6th man of the year, man. Tyler Hero, Cam Johnson, Kevin Love.
Come on, man. Come on.
Defensive player of the year, Mikal Bridges, Rudy Gobert, Marcus Smart. What? Seems like there's a name left off. Most improved, Darius Garland, John Morant, Jonte Murray. Seems like there's a name left off.
A couple of them.
Then I don't have a problem with the coach of the year. Although I can make a case for one, but I don't have a huge problem with it. But talk to me, people. What y'all thinking? What y'all thinking?
Man. Kevin Love, man.
I mean,
Kevin Love.
You can't look at the name. You gotta look at the numbers.
Well, tell me what the numbers look like.
I have no clue. I'm just telling you.
Like, Cam, what's your face?
Now, my biggest thing is Jordan Poole being left off most improved player, man. Him and you know the guy we said earlier, Tyrese Maxey.
let me tell you something. I want to be very clear about something real quick. Everybody needs to have a friend like my little brother Chad Major here, because he gonna ride for his people.
Always.
He gonna listen. If you don't have a Chad Major on your team, I question your whole team.
I'm a ride for all y'all guys. So you know,
That's right. That's right, y'all.
Can we be friends, Chad?
Yes, already.
That's all I'm saying. If you don't have a Chad Major on your team, you're right. But I don't disagree though. Jordan Poole should have been in there somewhere. I would have probably put Jordan Poole under most improved, although
John Morant should not be there because he's already good. He hasn't. I mean, he's been good.
Yeah.
I mean,
but he stepped up in ways that you got to look in between the lines, bro.
well, then you could have put him on MVP.
You could have, yeah.
yeah.
So, I mean, I don't.
It could be both, like Giannis, defensive player of the year and MVP. Yeah, he could.
Yeah, I just.
That's a weird. I
Should the media be? Should this be taken out of media's hands?
no.
It shouldn't
Well,
be.
no.
Okay.
No, because fans are gonna vote with their
Well,
with
not even
their
fans.
fandom.
Players could players
Now I do think players should have more voice to it, equal voice to it. So maybe you split it up and make it 50-50.
Yeah,
I'd be okay with that.
Players, coaches, and executives or something like that.
I'd be okay with that. Because, and the reason why I'm gonna tell you the number one reason why I'd be okay with that. People's money is tied to this, and that's the challenge I'm having with the list. Jordan Poole should probably make an extra $50 million, $40 million because he hit one of these lists, and because he won't hit one of these lists, that's gonna cost him. I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that part.
I agree.
So that's the only thing why I think they should examine that part of it. But having said that, I would have put Jordan in most improved in that conversation.
Who would you take out then? If there could only be three, who would you take out?
Probably Ja.
Like, there almost has to be like, you can't qualify for this category if you're already this good. You know what I mean?
I'm not sure how you qualify for most improved. Like what?
No, but like if Ja went off for like 23 in his rookie year and he gets up to like 28 in his second year, right? Does he get to qualify for most improved? Like you were already a top 30 player.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
That's where year before last, Brandon Ingram went from 14 and a half to 26. I guess that's
right.
What we're talking about.
Right.
Most improved should be like most improved or something like that. Or no, it is most improved.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It needs a different name, or it needs a different or better defined criteria. Something's wrong with it right now. It's just, I don't know. Something's wrong with it. But having said that, to me, that's not the most egregious miss. The most egregious miss to me is Defensive Player of the Year. Bam Adebayo not being in that mix, I don't understand that at all. I don't understand that at all.
True.
And it's the same disrespect that we talked about last week. The fact that no Phoenix Sun other than Monty Williams and Mikal Bridges, Cam John, well,
that's
well, that's
look, now that I look at it, like, oh, they did kind of get that right in a few
we've
areas.
got the most players on the board, tied with the Cleveland Cavaliers. So.
Well, but they don't have the key players,
and they were the best team in basketball this year by a wide
margin. I would argue that maybe one or two other people need to be here. But Bam Adebayo should have been
replace one. So who are you taking out?
Out of the Defensive Player of the Year,
yeah.
I take out Rudy Gobert.
Oh,
what did he do? Did he do something different this year that was better than the last two?
It doesn't matter.
That's not most improved.
That's not best defensive player. Yeah. That doesn't matter. If he was the best last year by 20%, and he's the best this year by 10%, and somebody else rose 40% just to get there, that didn't make him still not the best player.
But best of what? Like, what is he best at? Standing by the rim, blocking shots? Okay, then give him that award. Let's create a new award for that. But I don't see Rudy Gobert. Hold on, I don't see Rudy Gobert. Because to be honest with you, had Draymond Green not gotten hurt, we wouldn't be talking about Rudy Gobert or Marcus Smart.
Really?
Not even close. Wasn't even close.
How many times has Draymond Green won Defensive Player of the Year?
He's only run it one, but how many times has he been hurt in the years he could have won it?
Has he won it once?
Yes.
Is he a guard or a forward?
That's the beauty of him. You don't know, and neither do I. And yet, last night he made the MVP look pedestrian.
Well, the first guard to win it since Gary Payton.
I'm not taking anything away from Marcus Smart. I see what you did there.
You're calling Draymond Green a forward and telling me he won Defensive Player of the Year. Okay.
I see what you did there. I saw the Celtic ire, and I apologize. I'm not taking it away from Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart absolutely deserved to win. He was amazing. He did deserve to win. I'm not taking that from him. Matter of fact, Morse, I would say, well, God, dog, but Bam Adebayo should have been there. Bam Adebayo should have been there. I don't know if Marcus Smart deserved to get it over Bam Adebayo, but Bam Adebayo should have been there.
Well, what about Mikal Bridges versus Bam Adebayo?
I wouldn't be mad taking Mikal Bridges off. I just have I'm challenged with Bam not being there, man.
But what makes Bam better than Mikal?
Say that again, because I missed what you said.
What makes Cam Adebayo a better defensive player this year?
Why you calling him Cam Adebayo?
I'm sorry, Bam Adebayo. Okay. That was Freudian right there.
Okay, yeah, I saw what you did there.
Bam Adebayo better than Mikal Bridges.
My humble opinion, I think Bam Adebayo is a more solid defensive player all the way around, and he comes out to guard in the equivalent of Mikal Bridges. He guards from basket up more so than Mikal Bridges does. Mikal Bridges is a great on-ball defender, no question about it. But I think Bam does all of that. To me, Bam is a much better defensive player than Rudy Gobert is. Much better. Now people are gonna argue and say, "Oh, the numbers say differently." Of course they do, because Rudy Gobert is not asked to do in that scheme the same thing that Bam Adebayo is asked to do. Bam Adebayo is asked to switch. Bam Adebayo is asked to go on smaller guys from time to time, and he does all of those things and then some. And then it'll give you 15 to 20.
That make him a better defender?
It makes him a better everything, but that's a whole other conversation. That's just my opinion. I like Bam Adebayo.
I don't think Bam was better this year than any of the three players on that list.
Okay.
And I totally understand the recency bias of like Gobert was this good last year. He's this good this year.
Thank you, AJ.
I haven't seen the I haven't seen the increment. Well, he didn't have to. He was already that much better. But I do take issue with Marcus Smart winning the award. I understand why it's been so long since a guard's won the award, right? And I think Marcus Smart is an unbelievable player, and he does so many things. So did Rondo, right, on that championship team,
Right.
And he was.
Which championship team you talking about with Rondo?
Well, 07, 08, but
okay.
they also played the finals in 09 and 10. I just don't think.
The championship. My bad.
Yeah, I think Bam should have been in there instead of Marcus Smart. Now, I still think Rudy or Mikal should have won the award over Bam, but it's really tough to put a guard in there. Really tough.
And I would argue that it's not as tough as media makes it, because I don't think they always know what they're looking at from a defensive perspective. When you ask players who are the better defenders, the names like Marcus Smart, like Bam Adebayo, like Mikal Bridges are the names that come up. When you start talking to them about Rudy Gobert, a lot of players go, okay.
Can I chime in on here?
Absolutely.
I think you just changed my aspect of defensive player of the year. Did Shaq ever win defensive player of the year?
No.
Because he didn't do nothing special. He rebounded and blocked shots. That's what he's supposed to do.
And that's what he's supposed to do, exactly.
But you only have a few people like Dwight Howard was switching out and guarding people. You have Draymond switching out and guarding people. Kevin Garnett is the ultimate of switching out and guarding people. So I can see the Bam. I can see it now. Now that you say that, and that's why I can advocate even for Marcus Smart, because I've seen Marcus Smart have to hold the 1, 2, the 3, and sometimes the 4.
He switched on everybody. Yes.
Being versatile.
You know what's scary? It is without bias.
Oh, wow.
If Robert Williams takes one more step forward offensively, like he has the last 3 consecutive years, if he takes one more step forward, any type of a post game, Robert Williams could be a defensive player of the year candidate, hands down.
No question about it.
And you're pairing him with Marcus Smart, the way they're playing him, guarding the 1 through 4 around the perimeter, and plus the stats he's putting up. And he's already a 10-10 guy, right, with like 25 minutes a game.
Yeah.
But he's only playing like 55 games a year, right? Get him 60 games a year with 33, 35 minutes.
Yeah.
So if Marcus Smart is defensive player of the year, and you're saying he's that good, you unbiased person over there. If he pulled his hamstring at the beginning of the year and didn't play all this year, would y'all be where y'all are? Is he that good?
No.
Especially on
No.
defense? He's not that not where we were yet.
No, first of all, I said Marcus Smart should come off the list in favor of Bam.
No. I'm not.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
I'm not discrediting anything. I'm saying he deserved to win. But what I'm saying, since he's so good in defense,
I said he didn't deserve to win.
I'm saying he did. I'm saying
He said he did,
so
right.
good in defense. If he's so good in defense, if you were not to have that this year, would you be where you are now?
No.
Woo! So I can only imagine what's going to happen when Ben Simmons come play for the Nets.
I agree. 1,000%.
Oh, I knew I should have gone to try to say.
No. Listen,
Defense and how quickly
I see what you did there.
I see what you did there.
Coming off the bench.
Well played, young Cam.
No. Lord. He is going to be, for us, Trevor Ariza times 10 for them.
I will say it's tied
could
to the third.
Ariza allowed Kobe not to have to guard the best player on the team.
He could be. He won't be this year, though.
My thing is just what are these reporters looking for? What the criteria is that these reporters are looking for?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. To me, the trap is to solely look analytically at these things and say, oh, well, he had this many blocks. Well, he had that. Well, okay, but that don't mean he's the best defensive player. we got to watch the games, man, and see what guys are doing. The other night, Draymond had a stat line of 6 rebounds, 6 points, 3 assists, and 3 steals. And you look at that and go, well, damn, that's not a great stat line. But if you watch the game, he absolutely controlled the entire game. The entire game. So it's not, the stats are way deceiving sometimes. And you can't let that be the guiding point to you making the decision as to whether or not a guy is effective or not.
No, but I will say the other thing that we always ask of offensive players, right, is make other players better, right? We ask that of leaders. We ask that of the best players of any team. And when you look at a Marcus Smart, a Robert Williams, right, or a Mikal Bridges, those players made their defensive teams the best defensive teams in the league. And regardless of actual records, Celtics number 2 seed in the East, Suns number 1 seed in the West. So there's something to be said for the ability for them to make other players better at the same time, right?
I don't hate the 3. I just think Bam should have been in there somewhere. But I will digress. That's my only gripe. Do you guys have any gripes about anything other than those? Well, we heard Chad's. Jesse and Cam, you got any gripes on anything? We okay with the MVP? Those 3 names?
I mean, because the way the league is set up, I would say yeah. If you take Giannis off that team, can they win? If you take Jokic off that team,
they have no shot.
They have no shot. So I get it. I get it. Now I would love to inject. I would love to inject Morant in there and take one of those people out. Because I mean, you take him out. Well, I can't even say that. I think they lost 2 games without Morant.
Yeah. Which is probably what hurt his case.
True.
How about 3 big men in the MVP vote? When was the last time that happened?
Wait, is Giannis considered a big man?
No, he's not. Stop it.
Who?
Giannis.
Yes.
No, neither's Dirk. Stop.
You stop. Giannis is a big man, whether he wants to be or not.
Nope. Dirk's not a big man either.
Okay. You know what? Thank you guys for watching tonight. The liquor is flowing at a level tonight that we can't justify continuing on this show.
I would have LeBron on that list instead of Giannis.
No. As much as I love him, no.
Oh, listen. Is that list? Can you go back to that list for a second?
Absolutely, sir. That's why we got it there.
So it goes beyond the numbers then.
I think it does.
It has to.
I think it has to.
If it doesn't, LeBron has to be on that list.
Well, yeah, if we go by the numbers, of course, but it's got to go beyond the numbers.
It's
got to go beyond the numbers.
I just want to make sure that.
Yeah, got to go beyond the numbers. So, all right, we got one question left, gentlemen, and that is, y'all saw the I Am Athlete interview with Colin Kaepernick. I saw a little bit of the interview with Baker Mayfield. Both were extremely interesting, to say the least. Who gets the job first? Oh, and I forgot. I totally forgot. I apologize. Do y'all want to table this for a second? Because I forgot about the breaking news of Deebo Samuels. Totally slipped my mind. It just hit me. Should we deal with that first?
Table it. Table it. Let's deal with the elephant in the room.
Okay,
let's deal with Deebo.
We'll do a bonus with Deebo in a minute. Let's deal with this real quick, then we'll get to Deebo. Who gets the job first? First of all, do you believe Colin that he wants to be a backup?
I'm confused, man. I'm confused because I'm confused because I feel like he had his shot, man, to be a backup when he didn't have a starting role, and he did on with his lawsuits and got the $12 million or the settlement from the NFL. So I feel like the owners we gave this money, we're gonna wash our hands with you. I would like him to get a training camp invite, but I don't think he's done. So I think Baker will be the one signed somewhere.
Okay.
This is stupid. This is so stupid.
It is so stupid, Cam.
You already know what he's gonna say. Colin Kaepernick sucks.
He sucks. This is so black and white, and that's the image of the NFL because this doesn't happen. The guy sucks. At the end of the day, he sucks.
Brandon Marshall, Ocho Cinco, Pac-Man Jones all said they watched it, they saw it with their own eyes. He was amazing. He slung it all around the field.
Hey, who said it again?
Brandon Marshall.
Everybody uses his name is controversial. Everybody uses his name is controversial.
I'm here. Don't shoot the message, King.
Hey man, listen to me, man. Listen, I'm sorry what happened to Colin because of his beliefs. You know, you stood up for your beliefs, and I'm sorry. I really am. I'm sorry. I hate it. Okay, I hate how it went down. And for y'all, I wasn't even supportive of how he did it. I think it was a better way he could have done it.
Right.
But with that said, Lord, you talked to me about this before. At the end of the day, talent trumps everything. And the guy's not good at quarterback. So I would hate for a team to bring him in because you're trying to set a bold image of the new standpoint of the NFL and Mike Tomlin bring him in because no. Can we just play football?
Bring in quarterbacks all the time.
Can we just play football and take the politics out? That's why I hate even talking about it. It's stupid to me. It is stupid.
No, we're not doing that tonight, Jesse. Come on, let's go. Stop all that foolishness. Let's go. Nope. We're moving on. If you keep your hand up, I'm gonna ignore you like you're not there. Here's my thoughts from what you better speak up. Put that hand down and speak up. You're a grown man. Sit up, putting your hand up.
You got the floor.
Here's my thoughts on the cap thing. Since Jesse don't want to put his he think he's Eminem. Why his hands up? No, all that. Oh my God! This show is off the rails. It's off the rails.
Hey man,
I know, right? I know. Cam, I'm gonna say something. I never thought I would say this until I saw that interview. You might be right. You might be right, man. I'm gonna just tell you this. I didn't love his answers at all. I know people said they loved it, and I didn't love it. I didn't love his answers. Because to me, his answers are tone deaf. You're saying, well, I was never a disruptor. Bruh, come on, man. Come on, man. That's not true. That's not true. You know how I know it's not true? Because I saw Nike write you a huge check because you were a disruptor to all things. Listen, you are going to be remembered as another Martin Luther King type, as another not Jim Brown, Muhammad Ali type. So no, that's not true what you just said. But to not acknowledge that that's not true, come on, man. Come on. I didn't love that answer. Did not love that answer. So that's my number one. My number two is this. Anybody can look good in shorts and a shirt. I need you to look good. I want you to get the invite because I want to put this to bed. If you're good, you're good. If you can play, then let's put it to bed. But if you can't, then we're going to find out real quick. But do you honestly think he wants to be a backup or can? I didn't hear that in that answer. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't hear I'm willing to be a backup on a team. What I heard was I think I can steal a job from somebody. And Ron is saying, are there 32 quarterbacks better than Cap? No.
That's 43.
Is Mike Glennon better than Cap?
I don't think so, but I don't know.
I don't even know what Cap is.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know. The problem is, because I've had some time to really think about this, I don't know if he's better. I don't know. Bring him in. Let's see.
Exactly.
Let's put it to all right, go ahead.
I'm gonna say this is the last thing this is the last thing I'm gonna say about Cap. But I want you to know this. I'm glad you stood up for what you believe. That's fine. I'm all for people standing up for what they believe.
Yeah.
Do it the right way. And I'm not the one to say it's the right way or the wrong way. This is just my opinion. I'm saying do it the right way. That's all I'm saying. But this is what I'm going to say about Cap and his quarterback skills. If I'm a franchise, there's no other quarterbacks left right now, and Cap is on the board.
Yeah.
I'm calling Charlie Ward and asking, can he come out of retirement?
I'm picking John Alexander at safety. I ain't even going for quarterback.
I'm calling Charlie to say, Charlie, I know you mean that much to those high school boys, but we need you. We need you.
Damn.
Cap sucks.
Okay. All right. Jesse, wrap this thing up for us tonight.
I mean,
Or this question, rather.
You have to be in a really special situation to even be able to entertain bringing Cap in, right?
Yeah.
So you either have to have an absolute secure starting quarterback, right? Zero ego issues, and you have to know that Cap's going to buy into that, right? You may only be a backup for the rest of your career. It is what it is. You're never going to get a shot here. Or you're looking at maybe a starting job potentially in the next, 1 to 3 years. And maybe there's 10 teams in the league that today would think that they don't have the quarterback that they're going to have 1, 2, or 3 years down the road, right? And so then you're talking about, do we have the political capital to be able to bring Cap in and not have it look like a sideshow? Can we manage it? Can we control it? Do we understand the PR implications, ticket sale implications, whatever it is, right? Then you have to talk about a team that can sign him for more than 1 year from a cap perspective.
Right.
Because you can't bring him in for 1 year and then dump him, right? Then you're back in that sideshow conversation. And lastly, I think Cap's asking the wrong questions. Can I come in as a backup? Now, listen, motherfucker, if you don't want to tell anybody about what you're about to do and you sneak over to our practice facility, we'll give you 3 hours, right, with our A team, and let's see what happens. And if you're better than our practice squad quarterback, maybe we can talk about something. But that's without anybody ever finding out that you even were smelling the color of our team. You know what I mean? Yeah. So don't sign me as a backup. Sign me. What are you asking for, dude? You haven't played in 5 years. Stop. If you want to try out, let's quiet things down. Let's not make it look like a PR stunt. Let's let your talent. And then when you do that, the pool of teams that he could actually even do that with, that could even handle that, manage that, have that capacity on their roster, nothing.
I think there's 6 or 7 teams, tops, that can manage this, and it's not going to be a big deal. Yeah. And you'll be surprised at who I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about the Bucks. They don't care. He can sit in the third on the depth chart, third practice squad, whatever. They don't care. They got their guy. They're gonna roll with their guy. All of these teams that I'm thinking of are successful. The Ravens, they got their guy. They don't care. He can sit over there, do his social justice. Now he screwed that up already. His girlfriend screwed that up. So that's not going to happen.
But the Ravens already have the best backup in the league.
But that's right. You're not wrong about that. And I'd argue that backup is 10 times better than Cap is right now. I would argue that, and I'd have a very solid case. But I'm just saying, with that being said, they can absorb it and all of the social
Why would
justice.
they ever think about it or consider it with their team chemistry and with what they know they have in 1 and 2 and
because they were considering it before.
What?
No, that's not. I disagree with this for sure. All 32 teams cannot manage it. If he came here, it'd be a circus. If he came to the Cowboys, it'd be a circus. It'd be a circus.
You think
and
it'd
be
be
him and Jerry Jones.
What just happened to Brian Flores?
Yeah. All 32. You have to have the type of structure that can insulate whatever the pushback of that is going to be.
You have to go to a winning culture. The winning culture.
He can't go to the Patriots because Belichick ain't having this shit.
Yeah. It's not a lot of teams that can handle it, but
send them to Detroit and let them just.
Well, I don't know. That'd be a nightmare too. It's just a crazy situation that's going on right now, but we'll see what happens. We do have to deal with the Deebo Samuels before we go. Deebo Samuels wants out. Your thoughts, guys?
I mean,
the rumor is the San Francisco wants a king's ransom. Something possibly similar to the Tyreek Hill trade.
We're out.
Well,
yeah, we out too.
Kansas City should give everything they just got from Miami over to San Francisco. Pick up Deebo, and then listen. Here's how it impacts KC. They don't use him like they use Deebo in San Francisco all the time. They use him like Atlanta uses Cordell, right? And you fix your running back problem, which ever since they traded Kareem Hunt, they've been without a real number one threat.
Right.
And so when you're doing Deebo, 14, 18, 20 plays a game out of the backfield, that could be a game changer for Kansas City.
But I heard he doesn't want to do that. I heard he doesn't want to be that hybrid person anymore.
That's his problem.
But it wouldn't be a hybrid situation because he's the run. If he's the featured back, which what you would do, then you just got a featured back that can do other things. So that he's a hybrid whether he wants to be or not. It doesn't matter. He's a hybrid the rest of his career whether he wants to be or not. You can call it whatever you want.
What about Baltimore? They desperately need him.
Also a good spot, but I don't know if they got all of the pieces to make it happen.
I know a team that does have all the pieces to make it happen.
Who is that? Who would that team be?
That is your Indianapolis Colts. We got money in the cap. We don't care about the future.
So tonight is just bias night, right? Tonight is just bias night.
Can I say why?
Absolutely, sir.
It is the one position we need. All we got is Pittman Jr. That's it. That's it right now. All we got is Pittman.
Did you forget a guy by the name of Jonathan Taylor?
No. Receiving wise, the receiver.
Receiver. Okay, I got you.
Every one of you guys' receiver core is 10 times better than our receiver core right now.
That's true.
And what I'm saying is, if you can go get a Deebo, no matter what you got to do, and then you turn around and sign Julio Jones, who's Matt Ryan's boy, and you got Pittman Jr., and you got that running back in the back, and you got Matt Ryan, I'm saying we got action.
You know who should do it? Green Bay, because they've already had something like that by Ty Montgomery.
No, but does Indianapolis have the draft capital?
Yes.
They're saying they want draft capital, but do they really want? Because if you can get a comparable player that you can plug and play, isn't that the same thing?
So then Indy's got to give something up. Do they give up Pittman to get Deebo?
I would.
Man. Yeah.
To get Deebo, I would.
There may be two receivers in the league that I would give up for Deebo.
Chase.
And Hill. Yeah. Other than that, I'll trade anybody for Deebo.
Yeah, I don't think I would. I don't think anybody's untradeable for Deebo Samuels, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean,
we ain't got no money, so that's why we're not doing it. We ain't got no money.
If the owner want to call me, right now, if my owner want to call me right now, I'll trade my friendship with Jesse for Deebo. I mean, that's shit. That's what it is, man. You sitting over there with 17. I need a championship.
I don't know.
Woo, that escalated quickly. I didn't see that coming at all.
Well, Lord, that's what happened when you tied 17 and 17 in basketball.
I'm telling you, that thing just.
I was about to say, I'll take LeBron for his last 2 years right now. And if it costs me our friendship, I might get
right now.
I might be 1917 with no LA future in 2 years.
That liquor is
really-
flowing, ain't it? That liquor is flowing right now.
Man, so basically, both of them are saying the same thing.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
I see what's happening.
There's nobody on this panel right now who would want LeBron James on their team right now.
Brown wants to play with Steph, so
Football
There's
team.
nobody that's probably listening to this show right now, unless they are a diehard Jordan fan, because that's the only ones that hate LeBron. If they Jordan fan, because the legacy is being hurt right now.
Right.
Anybody else would want a LeBron James on their team? And hell, we talk LeBron and Debo. Like, who wouldn't want them guys in year 19? Jesus Christ.
Ooh, man.
I just think Green Bay would be good because they've already done this before.
LeBron James away from a championship. Cleveland Cavaliers are LeBron James away. You got 3 veterans on it: LeBron James, Rondo, and Kevin Love with those young boys over there.
They're not going to do it. They might do it. You never know. But I wouldn't do it. Let's move
Tampa
on.
Bay.
We're at the shout out portion of our show.
Debo for Brady.
Heck no.
We are at the shout out portion of our show. Who you guys want to give a shout out to? We'll start with you, Chad.
Let me get my shout out of the way. Let me shout out your little cousin, Errol Spence, who lumped up Ugas this weekend.
You know what it is.
You know,
Y'all saw it.
Got him a bed in John Peter Smith.
But
All lumped up. So I feel like Crawford is next. Hopefully that fight is next, and hopefully it's gonna be in Dallas. So I'm definitely gonna purchase a ticket.
Bud, where are you?
Also, shout out to Terrell Owens, man, still catching passes, TDs.
Stop it, Chad.
The Fan Control Football League, where Kaepernick will be next.
Chad, that's wildly inappropriate what you just did.
Well, I mean, Kaepernick will be there next. He'll be in the Fan Control.
We are not going to shout out a 50-year-old man right now.
Also, let me shout out Ron, Lloyd, and Al. On a couple days ago on the Talking Noise podcast, they had a little fun because it was the anniversary of Michigan losing in the Final Four.
That feels great.
I saw that.
Who they lose to?
Some rule violators, vacators.
Why it got to be all that?
They got personal real quick.
I see y'all.
I don't understand what he's talking about.
Was that Louisville?
I just feel like anniversaries are to be celebrated.
Trying to get his team on the lead. And up ahead to Siva.
Oh, it was Louisville. That's
It was
right.
Louisville.
That's right.
See the kind of friends I have.
Brothers, we love you. We got your back, brother.
But that concludes my shout outs. I see y'all and I saw it.
You saw what happened. Okay, all right. Well, along those same lines, I want to give a shout out to Oscar Tshiebwe. Absolutely made the right decision. If you watched him play this year, which I have, obviously, being from Kentucky, though he was the player of the year and it was not close, he is not NBA ready. There are a lot of holes in this game. And it would have been somewhat embarrassing for the player of the year to be drafted late in the second round, if not at all. He made the right choice. Go back. And by the way, phenomenal kid. Just high character, smart in every way. Nothing that you wouldn't love. The kind of kid you want your daughter to marry. Wonderful young man. However, if you're going to be an NBA player, refine your skills before you go. And I appreciate the maturity of the decision. And shout out to the NIL who helped to make that decision much, much easier. Cam, Jesse, who
Go ahead, Jess.
I'm good.
no shout outs this week? Oh, man. Okay. Well, it's not a requirement, so there you go.
Well, my shout out to J.A. nephew John. He's still doing his thing, still receiving calls, and I just happened to be with him on the way to the Mav game the other night when he received a call that was pretty impressive. So yeah, hoping for the best. You know, we're all hoping for the best for him. So he's doing his thing. He's doing all the right things. I'll tell you that.
Awesome.
Shout out to Brunson. That was a phenomenal that he put on in front of the home team. And I mean, look, that's how you earn your money right there.
Hey, listen.
That's how you earn your money. And
Hashtag set up your future. I'm telling you.
Yeah, shout out to my therapist for working with me, because you need a lot of healing when you're a Laker fan right now. So
yeah, wow. I'm giving you a virtual hug right now, bro.
I appreciate it, man. It's tough. It's tough.
Tough, man. It's tough.
So I got two, Lloyd. I just wanted to wait until after Cam went.
I'm not finished. I'm not
cold-blooded. Okay,
I'm not finished.
Oh my.
I'm finished. I'll wait.
Go ahead, sir.
I'm done. I promise. I'm done.
This beef that's going on in here tonight.
He's not done at all.
I promise you I'm done.
All right, well, you can be as done as you want, just like the Lakers, because my Celtics is still
ouch.
Take
some off.
I will say though, hey, you gotta be careful how you say that too, because that could mean a lot of different things.
Good.
Like I found out over this last week. Listen, I got a shout out to Clayton Kershaw. I don't know how you take a perfect game, 8 innings and with 80 pitches and react the way that he did. He's doing everything perfectly. Don't get me wrong. And it may be the absolute right decision. God knows if 1 inning or 2 innings changed the course of the season, and the Dodgers should win the whole thing hands down. But my goodness, shout out to him for being a better man than I think any of us.
Than 90% of the world
would have been in that situation. And then,
right.
And then my last shout outs to Ronaldo. I've got twins, and he had twins, and to lose one of your twins in the first year, and then less than a week later he's out on the pitch, and the fans let him know that they appreciated him being out there, but I can't imagine, right? When he says the joy of one is the only thing allowing us to continue through the pain of the other, right? Or even exist, through the pain of the other. It's unfathomable, right? To lose a kid, lose a child, less than one. So shout out to him because of what he does for the world. Soccer is the biggest sport on this planet.
No question.
The biggest following, impacts the biggest amount of young children across the world, and he's one of the 3 biggest stars in the sport. And so,
and now you see why.
Yeah.
Now
Going
you see
through
why.
and still being there and talking about it and being a voice for his sport. It's big for me, and I can appreciate that.
Beautiful shout out.
It's great.
Cam, would you like to finish your shout outs now?
No, he's done. He said he was done. It's on record. We need to move on.
I mean, he said he was done, but we'll see.
So it's on record. So I may not be done. Let's see.
Listen, shout out to the Five Nation. We love y'all so much. Appreciate y'all. We saw some new faces tonight.
Hey, I got all night.
And we appreciate it. Each and every one of them pulling up like they did. Tomorrow, believe in the ACC, we're doing our fantasy draft again, starting with the offensive side of the ball for the NFL draft. And this should be interesting. Should be very, very interesting tomorrow. So tune in the morning, back at our regular time, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central. 8 a.m. And then, of course, we got the new schedule with Talking Noise tomorrow night, so don't miss that as well. But until then, that's Killer Cam, that's Chad Major, that is the enigma that is Jesse Wright. We will see you guys next week on the 5.
Five will get you 10 when you're plugging in with the there's no mystery. Let's make history with the oh, the show will 2 and 3. Add 1 more plus me and do the 5. Yeah, keep it on the floor.